Welcome to the Paintbrush Prairie podcast. I'm Kinsey Ashcraft, a boutique owner, firefighter wife, and mama of 2 cowgirls, homesteading on a cattle ranch in Oklahoma.
And I'm Talia Watcott, a Western artist and illustrator, mama of 2, and wife of a mountain man, raising babies in the mountains of Utah.
Together, we share a passion for the Western lifestyle, homemaking, and Indian paintbrush flowers.
We're here to inspire and encourage you as we each create a simple but beautiful life on the prairie.
Welcome back to Season 5, Episode 5 of the Paintbrush Prairie. Today, we're going to do a new episode that we might bring back from time to time, and it is called Empties. And I heard this on another podcast I was listening to a couple months ago, and I thought it was so much fun. These 2 people were talking about things that they go through, tried and true products, and they called them their empties, and they just shared them with their followers, and it's like one of their most downloaded episodes. So pitched the idea to Talia, and we thought we might bring it to our podcast. So anyways, we're going to talk about some of our empties as of late, or empties that we just continuously go through. And we've got a few different categories that we're going to talk about. So Talia, you want to start us off?
Surely. All right. So the first category we're going to talk about is food and drinks, I guess we can say. So I know in our previous episodes, we've kind of talked a little bit about how we're both prioritizing our health this year. We're tracking macros and yes. How's that going for you, by the way?
It's good. I've been super consistent with my food, which is always the hardest part for me. And I don't know. I feel like if anyone knows anything about macros, it's very overwhelming to begin with. But as you continuously do it, you kind of know. And then you get to a point where you kind of do it intuitively, where you don't really necessarily have to track. I have certain goals, so I'm probably going to be tracking until I get to that goal. And I'm in a calorie deficit, so it's really important that I track right now. But yeah, it's been good. And I'm still working out every day, running every day. I started running at the end of December last year, and with the exception of like a few days in January where we were pretty sick and I just couldn't breathe, I've ran like at least 4 miles every day.
That's awesome.
And not that I want to like be a runner, or I think lifting weights is probably the most important exercise you can do. I'm not like cardio. It's just like a personal thing for me that I wanted to do because I hate it so much. I still don't love running. I'm trying to will myself into liking it. So, and I'm starting to get there. I think when it gets a little bit nicer outside where I can run outside, I won't be as bored.
Yeah.
Because it's so boring. So boring to me. Which I have my like little treadmill set up in front of my TV. So like I can watch stuff and all of that, but it's still boring to me. So, but if I can be in the sun, I think I'll enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, it's been good. Like I feel so much better. I haven't really lost a lot of weight, but I have, put some muscle on. But anyway, I have a hormone and autoimmune thing I'm battling. So losing weight is just very difficult for me. So, but we'll get there.
Yeah. And honestly, like the putting on muscle will just, it messes with you because you look at the scale and you're like, I haven't lost any weight. Like,
yeah,
but you're putting on muscle. And so that's like the biggest thing. I think just one thing that I've learned and really had to like wrap my head around, because my goals are more like muscle based goals, I guess, aesthetic goals, because I'm trying to gain muscle in a certain way. And so the scale is great because you can use it, like if you use it as a tool so that you can identify like what's going on with your body and the weight fluctuations. Eventually you kind of like learn your weight fluctuations. Like if you weigh yourself like every day, then you kind of learn like what is normal for your body, what's not normal. And you can also be like, oh, well, that's why that happened, or that's why that happened, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the scale just becomes this thing that has like basically no weight.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Pun.
But you know, like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just like so fat because I weigh this much. It's like it just becomes like a non-issue. But I'm glad that's going well for you. I'm really impressed that you're doing 4 miles a day. That's like yeah, that's
It goes
impressive.
by really fast. And now it's not, at first it was like, oh, how many miles can I do? Now I'm like trying to dial in on my pace. And so, every day I'm just trying to get a little bit faster because I ran a 5K, I don't know, it's been a while, like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And I really enjoyed it. Like it was fun, but I was definitely not in the greatest shape. Probably finished like right in the middle, but there were so many runners, like maybe 130th out of, whatever. But I thought it was fun, and 5K is like 3 point something miles. It's nothing. So I've just kind of been trying to focus on that. And then if I kind of enjoy that because it's an individual sport, then I might work myself up to 10K or whatever. So now I'm just working on that because running a 5K is pretty much what I do, more than that every day. So now I'm working on pace. So I'm kind of slow, but I can stay with
Hey,
it.
you're
So
running.
yeah.
You're still running.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm impressed myself because I'm like, am I ever gonna like this? And now I'm so I'm so hard headed. I'm to the point I'm like, I'm not quitting now. I've already invested this much time. So
I don't know. I think you'd be surprised. Like, I don't I don't think there are people that are necessarily born runners or born not runners, you know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
it's just I think you kind of have to like make a choice to be like open to it and try it,
Hmm.
and then eventually you will learn to like it. You will
Yeah.
find things about it that you enjoy, cuz obviously you enjoy something, or else you probably wouldn't have kept it up this long. It's kind
Yeah.
of like I kind of almost started to like running one time. Like it was like back in 2020, and Cody and I were doing like we couldn't go to the gym. So we
Hmm.
were just going up to like our high school track, and we were doing CrossFit workouts at the track, but we would like do a bunch of running because it was like how we would structure our workouts, because we didn't have like any machinery, obviously, like a rower or anything. So we would just run instead. And so I like actually got to where I didn't mind it as much, and kind of learned how to not get so bored with it.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just a muscle, right? Like you just have to learn how to like it.
Yeah. And I've noticed, just for me personally, I need some kind of cardio. Like I think it
Yeah.
is important to have some kind of cardio.
Yeah.
Back in 2019 is when I got really big into spin classes, and that was so much fun for me, but I just can't fit it into my schedule that I have now. And so I haven't done spin in a long time. And it's definitely a lot easier on the knees. I have noticed, which we'll talk about when we get to some of our empties, a product that I use every day because my knees scream. But yeah, I'm like, maybe I need to be running so these parts of my body won't hurt so bad when I do strenuous activity. So
Well, I'm proud of you. That's
thanks.
really good. I just think, I don't know. I think I really am just like on the health train again. Like
Yeah.
after being off for so many years, and I've just realized like how much joy it brings into my life, and that's not even just from like, oh wow, I look so much better now, but
No,
like
it's because you feel better.
I feel so much better. Like you can even see it like in my progress photos, like the first progress photos I took, I look miserable. Like
Yeah.
absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, part of it was because I was like disgusted with myself, but at the same time I also just felt really junky. But yeah, it's just
Well, I think we need to
So
do a whole
important.
episode eventually on our health journeys, like maybe in the summer, kind of midway through this year,
Yeah.
because that's something I want to talk about too. Because I think from the outside looking in, you're like, well, why don't you just start? Well, sometimes there's so many other factors at play. Like once you get stuck into that rut for so long, it just feels like this huge mountain, like this huge thing to get out of, this huge valley. But once you're finally out of it in a couple months and then things become routine and you start to feel better and you just keep like habit stacking, which is what I've been trying to do too this year, it is just, it's crazy how much you feel better and mentally too. That's like one of the
Yeah.
biggest
Oh
things for
yeah.
me is the things that I used to want and crave, I'm like disgusted by now. I'm like,
Yeah.
that made me feel awful. I don't even want to touch it. But
Right.
for years, that was just part of me. Like it was routine and it was just what I gravitated towards, and I couldn't imagine not having it. Now, I don't know. I think there's just lots of like valuable personal things that we might could share that would help someone else, because I know me personally, weight has been something that I've struggled with since I've become a mother. And now that I know that I have an autoimmune and have a hormone issue and all of that, like that's even a whole other battle. Like that's double time. Makes it even more difficult to lose weight. But anyways, just wanted to throw that out there that if anyone would be interested in that, be sure to leave us a review or comment or reach out to us, because I think that we could definitely touch on some stuff and maybe answer some of your questions about things that we do, because we are very similar in how we view health and tracking food and different things, but we also do different like workouts, and I don't know. We might could pull our husbands like um some of their advice and stuff too, because I know Cody does CrossFit and my husband boxes and does MMA. So but they're very knowledgeable. Like Zach's certified in personal training, so we could
Yeah.
definitely
I
go
think
into
for
that.
sure later on in the year we'll have to do like some kind of a journey type episode. I think that'd be cool. All right. So, down to business here. Okay. So, going on with like food and the things that we love. One thing I've been loving, um I start my day with this. I put it, so I'm not like talking about all the food, because like on our favorites episode we did a while back, I did mention a couple of things that I really like. But so I don't drink coffee anymore, but I drink like Perk Energy drinks. And if you don't know what that is, go listen to our other episode and I'll talk all about it. But in that, I put my Vital Proteins collagen peptides powder. And it's interesting because I've been on kind of a journey with this collagen. Back in like 2019, 2020, I was drinking it in my coffee like every day. I was taking it every day. And at that point, like I felt like my skin was looking better. I felt like my hair grew really long, and I felt like my skin like was like tighter, I guess. Like less wrinkly. But I didn't know if it was like just because I had really started taking care of my health, or if it was like just that. Well, I stopped doing it for a few years and my skin got like pretty bad. My hair was not super great. And then recently, just in January, I started taking it again and I've noticed improvements. And it could be combined with like working out and eating better as well. But I love collagen powder, and I've tried other brands and I haven't found any that I like as good as the Vital Proteins brand, because theirs is like has no flavor. Like you can add it to anything, like hot drinks. I have not tried it in cold drinks. I know you can, but like you would really need to put it in like a blender because it would
Hmm.
probably clump. But yeah, it works really good in hot drinks, or you can even put it in like soup and stuff. But it just like dissolves, doesn't have any flavor, and I think it works really good. So that's one. Have you ever taken collagen?
I have, and I need to get better about taking it. We're actually taking colostrum, cowboy
Well, that's good.
colostrum, And I haven't really given a review on it because I want to try it for a few months
Yeah.
and then really see if I like it or not. But we'll report back on that. But I do need to get back on a collagen, especially with my hair issues, thyroid stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I swear by it. I've been considering just like letting Cheyenne drink it because I'm trying to get that girl's hair to grow. Oh my gosh. Hey, if anyone has any tips on how to get a little girl's hair to grow, like please give me all the tips because
Well, this is actually
wow.
one of my empties, but it's the Rocasa hair spritz. My kids obviously have heads of hair, but
Yeah.
my hair I've struggled with since the thyroid stuff, and I've been using this hair spritz, and I feel like it has helped a ton. Which, hair, a lot of it, the issues is internal, like your gut, but I
Right,
do
right.
feel like it has helped a lot, and it's natural, and I do it every morning after I get out of the shower. I'll do it before I go to bed, and then just throw my hair up in a bun, and I really like it.
So
I've
is it
gone through
like
like probably 3 bottles, but I've used this stuff for over a year. I really
yeah,
like it.
I'll have to look into that cuz we my hair, I don't know. She's got some fine hair genes somewhere along the way. It's not like her hair like is similar to how mine was when I was a little girl, but I look at my like 7, 8 year old pictures and my hair was like halfway down my back and hers is still like at her shoulders and it just like does
Yeah.
not want to grow. So
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that. All right. So another thing that I have been eating a lot of, because I eat a lot of protein. It's not anything like insane, but like it was so funny because I saw the other day someone ask a question like, "How do you get 120 grams of protein a day? It seems so hard." And I'm like, "I'm eating 140 grams, and I feel like I like hit that way too easy. Like I want more protein, but I love meat, and so that's probably
Yeah.
why." But um, they are flapjacked mighty muffins. So what they are is they're like a little cup. And Kodiak cakes, they have these too, but the
Hmm.
Kodiak cakes don't have as much protein in them. So I like the flapjacked ones, but they are just a little cup. They have like the all the mix is already in them, and you just put in like a little bit of water, and you put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Don't do longer than that because they taste way better when they're like gooey brownie texture,
Hmm.
rather than like fully cooked. When they get like fully cooked, they don't taste quite as good, but they're so good if you have like a chocolate craving because they have it's like chocolate. At least I get the double chocolate flavor. They have some
Hmm.
different flavors. They have like a peanut butter chocolate one, but I think I like the double chocolate the best. But it has like little chocolate chips in it, and it's chocolate cake basically.
Hmm.
And yeah, 20 grams of protein, and the fat and carbs are not too bad on them. So I can usually, if I'm careful, I can usually like fit one in. Um, so those are really good. Also, another like treat. I'm like sharing my treats that are
Treats.
like treats, not really treats, but they make me feel like I'm eating a treat. There are these frozen yogurt bars that like they're not ice cream bars, but they're frozen yogurt, I guess, frozen
Hmm.
Greek yogurt. But they're from a brand called Yasso, and they make like fudge brownie and mint chocolate and sea salt and caramel and strawberry. They have like a bunch of new flavors, but they have, I think I can't remember the exact amount of protein, but they have a higher protein, like I want to say like 8 to 10 grams. I can't remember, somewhere in there. And then their fat is really low and their carbs are really low. So it feels like you're eating ice cream, and it tastes like you're eating ice cream because they taste really good. But they're like healthy. So I love those for just when I like need something.
Yeah.
And then like I said, I drink Perk Energy, but I also have just been surviving on Alani Nu energy drinks. And I know in my head that I shouldn't drink energy drinks, but I also have to survive in this world. And Alani is like they're like one of the more mild energy drinks, I
Yeah,
feel
they
like.
are better. I had my first one last week and it was pretty
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All of their flavors are really good, but my favorite is the cherry slush. Um, and then they have like a Hawaiian, what is it? Hawaiian, I always forget
I like the peach
what
one.
it's called. Yeah, the peach one's pretty good. Um, Pretty much all of their flavors taste like candy, but they are 200 milligrams of caffeine. And there was a while where I wasn't drinking them at all, but it's been a little bit harder. Like I go through like waves where like,
Hmm.
especially where I'm like working out so much, it's like if I have to work and get my workout in, like I won't take pre-workouts. I don't do
No,
pre-workouts
I don't
because
either.
they like screw me up. And
Yeah.
I have like like kind of heart issues. I don't know. I've had high blood pressure, but that currently is actually in a good place, which is also good.
I just don't like
But
pre workout. I think it's nasty. And I just don't like how it makes me feel.
yeah, there was a while like when I first was doing CrossFit that I was taking it, but then after a while I was like, I just don't feel like I need to. Like it's probably not really good. And like I can drink an energy drink and if I need a little bit of
Have the same
caffeine,
effect. Yeah.
and then I don't get like the like heart
Jitters.
pumping, like you know what I mean, like the like you feel like your heart's like pounding out of your chest, like
Like
that's
you're
what
cracked
pre-workout
out.
does to me. um and I'm not even doing CrossFit right now, so I don't really need like anything crazy. I just, there are some days where I'm like seriously dragging, especially since I've been sick for like weeks. But anyway, so obviously if you can get away with not drinking energy drinks, that's great. But if you need a little bit of a pick me up, Alani drinks are delicious. So that's what I like. And then I was going to also mention really quickly the Kinder brand seasoning. Have you tried any of their
Oh,
seasoning?
yes. That's what we use on lots of things, but especially our summer food on the grill and the
Yes.
Blackstone. Yes, ma'am. All of
And
them.
like this is one of those things like we mentioned in one of our past episodes, we're not purists, okay? We have crunchy ways, but we're not crazy, okay? We are fairly moderate when it comes to
We are scrunchy,
Oh, okay, that's the word. I was like, I know there's a word for it.
sort
We're
of crunchy.
scrunchy because I love the Kinder seasoning, and I was so disappointed when I turned it around because some of them have soybean oil in them, which I
But
don't know why, but
it's dumb. You can make your own, okay? That is similar. So,
yeah. But, you know,
for convenience purposes.
for convenience, like sometimes you're just not in a season. Like I was in a sourdough season for a couple of years, and I'm currently not in a sourdough season. Like
Because you got to babysit it.
I loved my starter and I ended up damaging it somehow and I had to throw it away. And so I just couldn't, I haven't gotten myself
You'll get back
where
to
I
it.
can get there yet, but it'll be there when I'm ready for it. Okay. But anyway, the Kinder seasoning is so good, especially if you are trying to be really healthy because
You got to have some
it,
flavor.
if you're eating like a lot of lean proteins, which I am, it's not my favorite thing
It
because I
gets old real
love
fast.
like give me some steak and all I need is salt and pepper, okay? But like give me chicken breast and
It's got to have some
I've
flavor.
got to change it up, you know what I mean? So there's a few that I like. The one is the wood fire garlic is So good,
So
especially
good.
like on chicken thighs. Like even
Yeah.
just oven
Oh,
baked chicken thighs, the wood fire garlic is
yes.
so good. Like it makes them taste amazing. And then the other one that's really good is gosh, garlic parmesan
Parmesan. Hmm.
is so good. And you can seriously put it on anything. But we discovered this is not healthy, but we discovered that if you do like a grilled cheese and you put that on the outside of a grilled cheese,
Lord have mercy.
it tastes like a pizza grilled cheese, but like you don't have
My
any
goodness.
pizza stuff on it. It's just regular cheese. It's so good. And I also put it like on my shrimp and chicken when I make it, and it's really
Hmm.
good. Like you just pan fried shrimp with like a little tiny bit of butter and that garlic parmesan seasoning, and it's really good.
Okay, we need to have a food episode.
I know.
Get all these ideas.
Right. And then the other one that I really really like is the red jalapeno. It's like garlic jalapeno or something.
Hmm.
Anyway, that one's really really good. It's spicy, but it's really good if you do like chicken, like if you do like cut up chicken breast with avocado and
Hmm.
like a little bit of hot sauce and that seasoning, because it's like really salty,
Hmm.
which like a lot of those Kinder seasoning have a lot of salt in them, which I think it makes them really good. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
salt's
really
not
like
bad for
those.
you people.
No, it is not.
Just letting you know.
Okay, I'm done with my food.
Okay,
Share yours.
so I only have a couple because I'm a very boring eater when I'm doing like being kind of strict. I wouldn't say boring. I'm boring on like breakfast and lunch
Your
because,
routine.
yes, but dinner is kind of when I save a lot of my macros because I like to eat dinner. So I'm kind of into the perfect bars. Probably not the greatest protein bar on the planet, but they are decent. They're not super bad. Has quite a bit of protein, and I just like them. They're in the fridge. I get them cold. I eat that usually for my weekday breakfast, or I'll do eggs and like salsa or something for breakfast. But you got to sell a kidney to get eggs right now. Yeah. So I just really like them. They have different flavors. I like the peanut butter chocolate chip because I like sweets. Like I like a treat, and I like it if my breakfast tastes like a treat. So I like the peanut butter chocolate chip flavor, and then I like just the regular peanut butter flavor, but they have all kinds. And yeah, I feel like it's a decent option on the go. So I get those. I either get them at like Sam's or Aldi, usually. And then this is my beverage of choice. I drink an embarrassing amount of Herbalife tea. Again, probably not the best thing, but there are worse. So here's the thing. I used to be super addicted to Dr. Pepper, like way back in the day. Unhealthy amount of Dr. Pepper. And this tea kind of got me off of it. And now, like, I don't know the last time I had one, and I don't crave them. I'm not like, I get my caffeine from this tea, and I think it's a better option. I don't drink coffee either. So, this is kind of where I get my extra support for the day. So, I basically drink that or water. That's about it. So, I go through lots of Herbalife tea, lots of empties there. And then, speaking of treat, I found this brand. You've probably seen it, but it's called Unreal. And I believe they have like better, like they mimic popular candies or chocolates or whatever, like for instance, like Skittles or Snickers or whatever, and they make them into a healthy option. And so I found this, I think I found it at Walmart, but they're like peanut butter cups. And for whatever reason, I get the nighttime, like witching hour munchies, and I want something sweet so bad. And I usually save some room in my macros for like a little sweet treat before I go to sleep. And I throw these in the freezer because I like my treats cold. And it's like a big peanut butter cup, chocolate peanut butter cup. Tastes better than a Reese's, I think. And it's they don't have like bad stuff in them. So they're called Unreal. Yeah. but hopefully they don't. Because here's another thing that bugs me is like I feel like we find these like really good brands and then eventually they get bought out and they start putting crap back into them. So hopefully this doesn't happen.
Well, dang, I'm gonna have to find this little Reese's cup
I'll
thing.
send it to you. It's delicious.
Sounds good.
Right. So we're going to move on to personal care. And I believe we talked a little bit about some of this in our last episode, if I remember right. Maybe some brands or something. But um, a couple of mine, you guys know, like I've been on a Rocasa kick for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, and I'm now an affiliate for them. So I'm not just pushing this stuff. I truly have been using it, and I have slowly like switched off or switched out most of my personal care products to Rocasa, and I am obsessed. And it's a brand I trust. I don't have to worry about anything harmful in their stuff. They're very transparent, um, and I go through a lot. So I'm thankful I'm an affiliate. um, one of them being is I even brought some with me is this lymphatic lotion. So I rub it, all over my lymph nodes on my chest. I go through, which this stuff lasts, like it lasts me several months, but over the last couple years, I've gone through several bottles of this stuff and it is incredible. Like I said, minimal ingredients, really good stuff inside of it. And I can tell a big difference in like puffiness, kind of chiseling out my jawline a little bit, just kind of draining that stuff that gets clogged up in there. And one thing I do like about Rocasa, and they share, if you follow them on Instagram, they share like a ton of good informational stuff, but most of their products have dual purpose. So like they also help other things and they'll share that on their page and stuff. We'll put the link to this stuff on our show notes, but highly, highly recommend that. I feel like it's made a huge difference in not only aesthetically, but also just health wise too.
I didn't even know such a thing existed.
Yes, yeah. So they have the lotion, but they also have it in a cream, which is like just a thicker consistency. And I love it. Like I was kind of skeptical at first, but this is probably my, if not most used, top 5 products that I get from them. But yeah, it just helps with circulation and all kinds of good stuff. But that is my first one. Another one is this Primally Pure, and I think this was on my favorite things episode. I'm pretty sure I shared that, but this smoothing serum. And I've been really trying to help my forehead lines and I'm getting like, I don't have 2, I have 1, the 11's part right here. I'm trying to fill that
Hey,
in.
you can see mine. Mine is like very visible.
Mine's getting deep. But anyways, I put this on after I wash my face before bed. And when I wake up, my skin feels incredible and just kind of helps with that glow. And again, I absolutely love this brand. They are very, very transparent and very big advocates for health. I actually heard about them on, I can't remember her first name. Last name is Connolly, but she's actually a holistic, like cancer doctor, and heard her on a podcast when I was in the tractor last year. And she actually pushes this brand, but I think she was on their podcast too or something. But anyways, it's really good. And I feel like that's really changed kind of the texture of my skin too and helped with some of the aging I'm noticing. And then I have 2 more. Another one are these things. I don't know if you use these.
Of course, who doesn't use?
Yeah, these little
face shaver
handy tools right here. But I get like, I think you can get like a pack of 30 for like $7 on Amazon. It'll last you like half a year. But I go through these things because I have dark hair, so I kind of get rid of those little pesky areas. But also, I just noticed like I do my full face. I've noticed my makeup applies better. It's not so like cakey and doesn't look as textured, and my face just feels better. I know not everybody does this. You don't have to do this. This is just personal preference, but I love these things. These little dermaplane razors. So
Yes.
super handy.
On that note, I will just say I used to be a makeup artist, and yes, like you may not think that you have hairs all over your face, but you do. And
Mm,
if you want your makeup to like look so much cleaner and better, then shave that peach fuzz off. Cuz what happens is like, there's like the common things like the upper lip. That's like
yeah,
the major one that I do. And then I have like the like ones that it grows like in between
right
my
here in the middle.
brows,
I do
but it's
too.
like hard to pluck cuz they're like so fine.
Yeah,
And so I like shave right there. But, the worst place for everyone is like
right here.
right here, right
Yeah.
on your, like, what is it? From your cheekbone down to your jaw, right in front of your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's where your really long peach fuzz grows because you
Yeah.
forget it's there. And I like have to do it like once a month and then, I mean, I probably could do it more, but I forget. I'm kind of lazy. But I get like I get like these head hairs that grow like out onto my cheeks. It's like so bad. Like it'll just like be, it's like close to my hairline, so it's not super obvious, but it's just like you get like a random dark curly like head hair that grows like way too far from my hairline. It's like, oh my gosh. Sometimes Cody
Well,
will
and
be
if
like,
you have,
you got a hair right there. Like, oh,
are you
I thought it was
are you
right
in the
that.
car? In the car with your like mirror, like plucking your chin hairs.
Yeah, well, you like don't see them at home in your mirror, and then you go
You
out in
go
the
out in
car and
public,
you're
you're like,
like,
oh my
oh my
gosh.
gosh. Like, sorry guys. I'm like a witch right now.
Yeah, these are the things I feel like no one tells you, and then you just figure it out, or you see it on like social media, and you're like, I should probably do that. But like, also, if you have dark hair, I feel like it is so much worse. Like, I feel like I could do this like once a week sometimes
Yeah,
because my hair's dark. But anyways, I should probably put this on Amazon subscription. Anyway,
they're awesome.
yes. And then my last one is another Primally Pure. I've been going through like several different deodorants trying to find the one because if you try to be crunchy or scrunchy, deodorant to me is like one of the hardest things to find for you. And like some brands work for some people, other brands don't. Like I think it all depends on the person in your genetic makeup. So far, this has been the one that has helped me the most. I feel like with any natural deodorant, you're probably going to have to apply more than once a day. But I think this one, it has like a little bit thicker of a consistency. And I really like their natural fragrance. And so it's one I've stuck with for the last like probably 6 months. And I really like it. Before that, I tried like doTERRA. I felt like it didn't really work for me, but I also use a ton of other stuff. Like I have something I'm going to share later that's doTERRA. So again, I think it all depends on like your body makeup, but I really like Primally Pures. I do want to mention this. If you get on their website and you see like their prices don't stroke out, their stuff does their stuff does last a really good while, and also like they don't put anything in plastic. Um, their stuff isn't like these really, they're not glass, but they're, I don't know technically what this is, but they package their stuff really well and their stuff does last quite a long time. So it is pricier, but again, you get what you pay for. So you're going to have to weigh that, into your budget if you do want to try it. So anyway, we do have codes for some of these things too that we'll link up below in the show notes.
All right, so I'm going to just start with the deodorant since we are on that topic for mine because one of mine is deodorant as well. So I have this like beef with most natural deodorants because they don't work.
Yeah.
And like I this is probably way too much information. You probably don't even want to know this, but I am not like one of those fresh flowers of a woman. Like
No,
I
like
have
man's deodorant.
like major like I am envious of my husband because he doesn't have body odor. Like he is like he smells better than me like most of the time because he like, I don't know, he's like magical. He doesn't have body odor. I do. My genetics lead me to have quite a difficult time with it. So it has been a lifelong search to find a deodorant that will not kill me and also does control the body odor because, and not only that, but like I get the stress sweats. Do you get the stress sweats?
Yeah.
Like I get them and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, but like I'll get in like stressful settings and I just start like pouring sweat. And it's like smelly sweat. Like
Yeah.
I stink way worse for some reason. Some weird body thing that happens. Now, I will say, since I changed my eating habits and started going to the gym, my body odor has definitely improved, I will say. Like a lot. So there's that. But I did find one recently that I do like a lot. And I don't know if it's like the cleanest or whatever, but it doesn't have the cancer causing aluminum in it, which I used that aluminum deodorant for years. Years and years and years when I was in my teens and my 20s because
Same.
I would go to the store and I'd buy clinical strength secret
Secret.
because it really works and it like you won't sweat and you know like when you're teaching a bunch of kindergarten kids and you're like you know getting hot like it's and like we would wear like white shirts and stuff and so
Mm-hmm.
I would tend to sweat a lot and I didn't want to have like big old sweat tacos. And the other thing is like when I was rodeo queening, like you don't want to have sweat tacos either and you can't stink. So sometimes you know you have to in emergency type situations. But anyway, so I found the Lumi whole body deodorant and it was the first time I actually found a more natural deodorant that actually can cover up the smell
Mm-hmm.
or prevent the smell. The cool thing I did find about Lumi is like, so like Native never worked for me, Tom's never worked, like none of these other
No.
ones ever worked. Like I had tried the doTERRA and it doesn't do anything. But this one, like if you have it on for a while and like you know you start getting a little smelly, you can put it on again and it will make the smell go away, which is
Mm-hmm.
different than other deodorants because you can like put that natural stuff on and you'll still be stinking. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna do anything. Like you're just gonna keep stinking. But the Lumi you can reapply and it will cover up any smell if you don't have time to like take a shower or whatever. Like if you need to freshen up, it really does work. And you can use it on other parts of your body besides your pits, which is also kind of nice if you need that.
Yeah.
So I like the Lumi. I haven't tried all their scents. I think I've just tried like their citrus scent. I can't remember what it's called, but I don't know. Worth a try if you struggle with the body odor.